First, I want to start this off giving the Donahue family condolences. Miss Donahue passed away Sunday, and she was just somebody that just meant a lot to the program, to UCLA, and I know a lot of former players are. She was somebody that just cared about you and always made you feel wanted and accepted. When I got the job, she let me in on a fun fact that her husband was actually hired on the exact same day that I was hired, so February 12th. So that actually meant something to me, but I went to school with her daughter, Jen. So, I've known the family for a long time, but, I just wanted to give my condolences to them and help them through this hard time. And then with that, I'll talk about the draft now. We have 5 players drafted, 2 in the first round. Really excited about that. 2 in the second round, sorry about that. And then to come after that, it was Kane, Jay, and Maliki. We had the most draft picks out of all the California schools, so make sure you guys post that, okay? Out of all of the California schools. That's everybody in California. UCLA had more draft picks than them. So just shows that what we're doing here with our program, with the development, none of those guys were 5 stars, so we're really coming over here and developing guys and getting them ready to play at the next level. So we're just going to continue to do that. We're excited for this next opportunity to coach these guys to be pros too, but we want to let the local talent know that if you want to get to the pros and play in the NFL, you can do that here at UCLA. You have a great opportunity. And we can open it up to questions.
Any more player movement you can announce either way, as far as guys coming in? Or?
No, I can't. My quarterback, Nico.
Yeah.
But other than that.
Is Robert McDaniel still here today?
No, he got in the portal.
Okay.
Yes. Robert got in the portal.
As far as just the interior defensive line depth, where are you guys at with the numbers? Because I know, you got Ciale, I think we've seen Grant in there, and you're obviously still waiting on Gary and Keanu to be full strength.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you guys with?
We feel pretty good with that. We have some portal targets that we have. We just can't announce that or talk about it yet, but we feel good about that position, and we're going to continue to add depth at that position. And like you said, we have 2 guys that are out, and they're coming back from injury, Gary and Keanu, but their recovery is going well, and it's trending in the right direction.
At edge rush, is there obviously you've got Nico coming in and everything, but is there any thought that Cole could impact this year?
Most definitely. Cole could actually get out there and do a pretty good job. Juju also. It's just good that the numbers might be a little thin right now, but the young guys are getting reps, and they're getting reps against quality offensive linemen. So we'll be able to see if they actually can contribute and help us out during the season.
What's the format for the showcase on Saturday?
Very similar to last year. We just come out there and be a practice in the Rose Bowl, do a lot of competition stuff, but still be able to get some work done.
DeShaun, going later, you guys are one of the few schools that's still practicing right now, obviously with the portal window, what it is. What is the benefit of that, and what do you think is maybe the disadvantages to being later? I know you're on a different, academic calendar too. But.
Yeah, it's just a calendar for us. I don't think there's any benefit or anything that's hindering us from this. I kind of like where it is. I wouldn't want to start before spring break and then go on break and then come back and finish. So I kind of like just doing it all in a row, but it's just the nature of the beast. But hopefully this last portal won't last. Maybe we'll get rid of that, so then it won't be as bad.
Chip did that 1 year or 2 years where you guys did it early and then late. Was there something you didn't like about that experience?
Well, actually last year I did one practice, but all
That's
meetings
right. Yeah.
last year just to do that. But it's just I kind of fall back on how I was as a player, and I didn't like going on vacation and coming back and having turn it up.
Yeah.
So. Come on, guys. That's it.
Let's talk more about Tino. Obviously, he's going to be a big part of what you do on offense. What have you seen from him, and what are you liking there as far as what he's bringing?
Just the balance. I feel like my offense is very balanced right now. we were able to get the ball to our outside guys. Our tight ends are doing a good job also, and we're able to run the ball. So I feel very confident about the boys up front and protecting and running the rock. So I'm just looking forward to guys staying healthy and continuing to build camaraderie.
And building off Tino, how do you think Luke's handled the past week of reps and going into this final week?
He's doing a good job. It's a lot of noise, so he has to get out there and focus and play. So I kind of like that because it's getting similar to games for him. You can be in a hostile environment that you've got to be able to perform. So it's good that he's getting to be in this type of situation and just be able to get extra reps for the other guys that are still here.
And handling that noise, how do you think just the overall teams handled themselves from a professional standpoint, knowing that, this is that time of the year where they might have some guys coming in at their position?
I think they're doing a good job. These guys are out here competing. The guys that are here want to compete. So this is football, and you have to compete. If you want to play at a high level, you're going to compete. Like I've said before, they drafted a running back every year I was in the NFL. So if I tried to leave every time they brought in a running back, then I wouldn't be where I am now. But that's not something that I was worried about, and I have a lot of players that aren't worried about that neither. They want to come out here and compete no matter what happens.
What do you think? You made a point of the more draft picks than anybody in the state, not 5 stars. What do you think that does for the locker room and for the belief maybe of the guys in there to hear that and see it?
It was just funny because talking to Rico, the first thing he said to me was like, "Man, Femi got drafted. He's from Sacramento," and it wasn't the fact of he didn't think that he could get drafted. It was just like, wow, somebody close to me got drafted, so this is possible. And it just gives them belief. When you see stuff like that, it just gives you a little bit of belief. Similar to you guys when you guys watch what is it, Sports Reporters? No, that's not the show.
It used to be.
Yeah, that was Sunday mornings. What's the?
Outside the lines.
No, not Outside the Lines. The show where they Around the Horn. Exactly.
No, we don't want to be on
I was
that.
gonna say, it's similar to that, but I guess you guys don't want to do that.
PTI.
I'll give you PTI. Okay, I can give you PTI. But yeah, it's just something that we want our players to just understand that, just trust us and let us develop you. You have an opportunity to play in the NFL.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Appreciate